I'm going to make one final video for the night before I go to bed. I make most of my videos at my work. I work at a mortgage company at the times when I'm not in school getting my education, so I have to actually drive home. I don't make videos from my home too often, though you can tell when I do because my octave is significantly lower as my neighbors. I don't know, that might be a fear factor, not wanting my neighbors to hear what I'm articulating, but as everything is rooted in fear to one degree or another, that's not too surprising. I have to make sure that I feel content right now, and content can cause motivations to slow and expectations to increase. I think that I have to keep the balance in order to recognize my surroundings and recognize that in a world dictated by change, this feeling, this mood that the self is experiencing, this too shall pass, as nothing is concrete. Although I'm striving for the eternal conception, that which is and that which does not fade away due to external stimulus coming into the picture and being present, trying to put myself in a lasting template. So I just have to be aware and register and recognize my surroundings in order to ensure that the contentment within the moment doesn't equate to having everything become still as far as what I'm doing, the journey that I'm taking right now. And then I have to look inside myself and say, what's making me content at this moment? I think it's because I'm on this path of introspection and reflection that I'm beginning to correlate the manifest world with my internal reflections. It's almost like the natural world is a mirror of what we are and what we are going to become. It seems we adopt the themes of nature. They're within us. They're encoded. Life is not, I shouldn't say life, because this life is finite. The natural realm is just, we're a projection of it, or it's a projection of us, as it's like, does life imitate art, or does art imitate life? This is artistry, and I believe that as we can see our reflection on this camera is nothing but a reflection of technology, which is nothing but a reflection of conscious beings being able to construct devices, autonomous devices that serve to facilitate modes of expression. And our modes of expression are nothing but the expression of the universe. Ours is on a much smaller scale, not in significance. That's intertwined. Our significance parallels that of the universe, as we are a manifestation of the universe. Is fate going to depict our ending in tragedy as far as the universe? Is the universe destined to end in tragedy? And if we embody themes in nature, or if we are just a reflection of each other, does that mean that the human saga is destined to experience the same tragedy or the same calamity, the finality that the universe will undoubtedly experience? As each is finite, the universe and the physical self, I believe that no matter how it ends, we will continue. The internal reflections of what we are, the spirit, the soul, the self, whatever you want to call it, the higher manifestation of the self, will endure beyond this universe and the universal themes and the physical reality. We inhabit this incarnate, as I said, for a purpose, and once we identify the inner self with the purpose, I believe we escape the physical reality. I don't know, as I haven't done this yet and haven't attained what I seek and what I've sought for so long, I'm unsure of how this will unfold, whether it will be instantaneous or whether it will be a series of events that are interwoven with one another, that all come together. I don't know if this will be an instantaneous event where once we detach from the physical incarnate and branch out of it. Basically, I'm saying I don't know if we can achieve in life what death will undoubtedly usher in. Once we reach the state of enlightenment, which I believe we all are capable of doing, will we still dwell within the physical self? And if we do dwell within the physical self still, will it be inconsequential in the respect that we'll be outside of that frame of reference? We will understand, perhaps, and perceive that we are in that frame of reference, but it will no longer dictate the actions or the motives or the expressions of the self, the higher manifestation of the self. As death will undoubtedly unlock this incarnate. Now, if we haven't learned the purpose that I speak of, which is still eluding me, I have subtle grasps, and I've taken subtle hints from the world around me to formulate what I perceive this purpose to be, and it's to become aware of the power of thought beyond the physical mind, that can take us out of the physical incarnate. And once we realize the purpose that all these modes of expression of humanity, this isolation, this box that we've created for ourselves, once we branch out of this and see the world on the level that it really is, existence in its entirety, then it becomes possible to leave this existence. And with death, will death usher in? If we have learned this purpose and we do become aware of this purpose, will death, I say death of the physical self, I don't believe this is a concept we should fear. I believe, as I articulated in an earlier video, I think we have to overcome each fear we have. And overcoming these fears instills such power. You feel empowered. The individual is empowered beyond any human context that we can possibly be aware of. It's perceptual inspiration, or I don't know if it's perceptual. Maybe it's the eternal, that which I speak of quite often. Maybe we can harness that power and branch out. So life, as it is a series of realizations, each building upon the last and fostering the means to continue. Is death a gateway? Is understanding a gateway? And can we hope to understand what this gateway provides within the physical incarnate?